Oh, good. It did save all my stuff from last time. Excellent.
Good.
Welcome back, Kicking YouTube. We are on episode 39.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games. Let's do a quick recap. What do you guys remember from last time?
I took a nap for most of the episode.
And I kicked a man out of his own kitchen.
we
where's our
got,
recap, people? Yeah.
Yeah. So we started with Rick selling goods, only to have the people he was selling goods to go, "Where the fuck did you get this?" There's a lot of back and forth before Rick laid it on. Or, well, no, Rick was trying to tell them. They just were not grasping what he was saying.
They just weren't understanding that because, they were confused thinking that Rick's entourage, the band themselves, were just 3 kobolds at the time, and they're like, "You guys were the ones who freaking did it?" And we're like, no. That would have been a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, us plus another 7 other adventurers in this party.
And we got a pretty penny for what we did give back to them. Like, they gave us, I think a third or half of what the total worth... I think a third of what the total worth would have been.
About so, because he said 10. So. He said 10k Badger was what it was worth roughly, but they gave me 4k, which included 500 in
for the bounty.
So just a little around a third. Yeah.
So only to find out there was also a bounty for that, to which Rick spotted the guards taking a gentleman that the
whole group did actually.
We all spotted them. Cal. Oh, why?
Callum?
Yeah.
Callum? Callum?
It might have been Callum. That might be right.
The bartender woke up in the morning and had amnesia.
Oh yeah, that was the other part. I was gonna get to that one.
Once we get to the end, but
bartender.
The NPC that we encountered, he was part of
Eleanor.
Okay. Anyway, the same dude who tried to help us at the fort, who then gave us up to the fort, is now also turning tail on the fort again with these people.
Well, he was a prisoner also, so.
Oh yeah, but he was a prisoner with Thaddeus's crew too. Like, he turned tail and was captured there. Which is why I wasn't sad he got a little injured for my stuff. Fuck him. But no, anyway, party eventually convened to a tavern that Spot had heard about. When they arrived, there was Ugg was the guy in the back, right? Timmy? Ugg was the one in the back.
Correct. I believe this to be true.
And then what was the other consonant for the guy in the front? Thag? Thag or something?
Thrag, but yeah.
Thrag, okay. But got a ledger, checked us all in. Mom taught the chef some tips the previous night, who is Ugg. I don't remember all the words for this one, but I'm not going to try and repeat it. Anyway. People chilled, Rick played some music for peeps there. Eventually everybody went to bed. Some people witnessed the tower lighting a flame in the middle of the night, and some people did not notice. And then...
Hi, Ma.
Wait. Mom?
Mom's computer froze or rebooting.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So, and then after said flame, once we all woke up in the morning, including Andrana, Andrana was able to kind of go over... I think we came down to eat a little bit. And Adrana finally went over all the things that she remembered from the research and then what she saw, which was basically both the statues in the library and the statues in that temple are wrong. because their platforms are made of granite, except they are alabaster figures on top. Like it looks like they were removed or replaced or something like that. Even though the text in the library claims that temple is that of the Allfather, it is clearly a Greek pantheon now. And neither the librarian, who claimed to be there for over 200 years, remembered like what happened with the statues. But then Andrana, during the fight, got a flash of the Greek pantheon themselves, like Ares coming in and destroying and replacing those statues himself.
And it was while she was holding Ares' flaming sword.
Yes. So it's like, there's something hinky going on here. Because, as far as they're all aware, it's the Greek pantheon in charge, but nobody's been able to point to when the Greek pantheon became in charge. So Spot went running off to the library.
With
Spot. Viv.
Technically,
Viv started it. Spot was still trying to gather info.
And then left, and Spot followed.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because the barbarian actually wanted to read.
Oh, yeah. So, but it was after that, though, that Thrag came out and didn't recognize us at all, even though he was supposedly the same one that checked us in the night before. And then he went and got the ledger and found the contracts, and all of that was up to date and correct. And the date in the ledger is correct. But this dude, point blank, doesn't remember us at all.
Yeah, he thinks his brother was the one who checked us in.
Right.
And we woke up in the morning, and Midnight and Jack were bigger.
Yes. Yeah, Midnight was more panther cub-sized, as opposed to kitten. And Jack went from being duck-sized to being more goose-sized. Not full goose, but goose getting there. Definitely not a duck anymore.
But seriously, has anyone checked Eddie?
However, not yet.
No.
However, the other weird thing was that the goose's armor also fits. And the magic coming off of Jack and Midnight is similar to the magic of those orbs we have, as well as what comes off of the journal.
Something the wizard.
Which Saturday campaign me is sitting here going, what the fuck are you doing, Loheim? Can you just answer a straight question for once?
No.
Accurate.
He never could answer a straight question, even in Saturday's campaign.
I know.
No.
And for those,
my Saturday brain was going, who threw the animals into the green fire pit?
Kinda. Yeah.
And for those of you who forgot, Ugg's full name is Ugg Imadone, owner of the Uggsdale Imadone.
Oh my fucking god. I'll get him home. I'll get him home. Best, one of the best NPCs ever, just because he's got a funny name.
Yeah.
Can I have my finger back? Thank you.
No. Never.
It
is his finger. No. He has claimed that finger.
He's a cannibal. That's his favorite finger. How dare you?
He's still working on his bottle that we started at the beginning of session. He's just claimed my finger. I no longer have one. Had one.
It's like chicken wings.
Baby.
You'll keep your money, and I'll take your baby. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back lips.
I still don't understand where the want to do that joke came from. That's the one part of the movie my brain just could not grasp.
I forget. Did someone mention the fact that the guy, Bragg, completely forgot that he even contracted those to us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I went over that
Weirdly
one.
enough, the date changed, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Oh no,
Or at least
yes,
the
the
day
date
It was the
changed.
next
I
the
don't know the
date
dates,
is
but
correct. The date and the log are 100% correct. He just has zero memory of it at all.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed
And the
to be
question
an
my brain wanted to
earth-shattering
ask,
kaboom.
but realized I couldn't because I was unconscious the night before, is what does he look like compared to last night? Does he look like he's the same age or not?
I feel like that's pretty hard. One tell off just one day.
It depends.
It depends on the magic that may be used.
Well, I guess that's true.
But yeah. So we've got roughly half the party is here in the bar.
Yep.
Still kind of just vibing. Viv, Spot, and Brandy are on the way to the library. Who's got Spot's
Yeah, I forgot
sending stone?
Shortstop came with us.
Who's got the other half to Spot's sending stone?
Verdan.
One who needs to take
Okay.
mine because mine is gone to someone who's not here anymore.
I mean, if you want. No, I had the one with Kairoth. And Rana's
I
got
think
Kairoth's.
yours. Yeah.
The Sending Stone combos are Rick and Keth, Brandy and Delanora, Verdana and Spot, Andrana and Kairoth.
Technically, Delanora's not here either.
I meant just
The
in the
player.
bar.
Yeah.
She can stay chilling in
Oh,
the
that's
bar,
right.
just
Because
hanging.
technically, yeah, that's right. Kairoth is actually off wandering around off somewhere in the city. That's because he's not with the party right
figuring out if they can find other Gith or, which is fine in normal Gith behavior. But right now we're actually almost, because Spots or Rick and Kath are still here together. So for the most part, we can communicate between the two groups.
Mhm.
But Andrana asks because Spot left before the reveal with Ugg. Or Thrag. Spot left.
No,
Before you did.
no.
I could have sworn you did.
It was revealed, and I think either that or there was something in the particular conversation that caused Barbarian to go, I want to read, and just leave. And before Spot could finish absorbing all the new information that happened over the last 24 hours, and he saw the problem of Thrag not
'Cause you saw
knowing.
larger pets too.
Yeah. I decided to go, all right,
Yeah.
library. People are going to the library. I'm already planning on going there anyhow. I might learn answers that way.
But yeah. Oh, all I was going to suggest was giving you that info anyway, so you were good. Like, just Bot needs to know that. If he didn't, that was all. Sweet.
Alright. Got 3 heading off to the library. Rest of the party chilling out. Delanora's gonna go find a nice quiet spot out in the nearby area if she wants to work on her prehensile tail some more. Get that achieved, hopefully.
Verdan might head back to the blacksmith and just chill there. With fuck, what were their names? The cute blacksmith couple. I forget their name.
Can't remember. Was I going with you guys to the library?
Yes.
I think you were too. Yes, Brandy.
Oh, I'm trying to find their name. Hang on, I know because I know I put it on the.
You went to Ember and
bow.
Oak with Flint and Willow.
That's it. Yep. I just found the bow as well with their name on it.
All
Yeah,
right.
nothing in specific, just to hang out and observe.
So for those that remain, what do
Well, for anything, Rick is actually, because one thing that did actually slightly happen that was not totally mentioned, because there was a certain interaction between him and Viv before Viv walked off, and I think we kind of, I don't know how timing everything laid out, but Rick kind of just sits there at the counter, and he kind of just looks, and he's just kind of like, what was her problem? Why did she take so offense to me not coming to aid?
I think most people would. No, I did.
Maybe because she's kept you from dying? In other fights? I know I've kept you from dying.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of in this together. I mean, at least until we get home.
Or wherever.
Or wherever. That's fair.
Sorry, my brain wants to say something, but trying to figure out if Rick is actually would say something like this. Even though there's several of us in this party, one person can make the difference.
Yeah.
You're saying my music can make all of the difference in changing the course of a battle.
Absolutely.
Saying one person could always make the difference.
Hey, fuck, I'm grateful there are other healers here. Because I don't know how the fuck that stuff works yet. And sometimes it doesn't come out right. So, more people getting people awake again is always good.
Rick kind of just sits there for a bit more, just absorbing. And he's then going to take a few, then just going to stand up and then leave shortly afterwards, depending on what everyone else does. But yeah.
Jonah's kind of feeling hungover. Like, with the amount of adrenaline that was both hers and not hers. She's eating slowly, is just kind of sitting with existing right now. It's yeah.
I'm gonna go practice reading stuff.
Alrighty. Rana's just processing,
Yeah, she
trying to figure out
said
everything.
all of that with a very blank, neutral face of like, "Here, I'm gonna give this to you. I'm not awake enough to fully deal with this." But
Do
there's
you have
my
the sword?
perspective. Keth was the one that dragged it away.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if Keth kept it
guess
or
technically I
just
did.
put it near
Yeah,
Andrana. I don't know which thing he opted for.
that would have been the goal.
Oh, leaving
That's
it
yours
near her.
now.
So yeah, I guess if she picked it up, it would have probably happened before we came down, Tim. But basically, she'd go like remember holding it, and would try and like pick it up. What happens when she does? Actually, it's probably that case if she's sitting there after saying that to Rick, eating, and somewhere in her brain she goes, "Oh, that's right, I have a sword now," and like just leaves food there, goes up to room where I assume sword is, unless Viv has a sword.
No, she wouldn't have kept it. She would have, if it was handed to her, she would have like carried it on her back, and then once Andrana was laid it down.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll say she kind of has that ADHD moment without verbalizing it when remembering a thing. Just gets up and go like.
The way you said it so nonchalantly, it's just like oh wait, I have this.
Mhm.
Proceed.
Oh yeah, I have a sword.
But she also doesn't know if that was her or that was Hermes. You know? Because it's like, it wasn't until he gave her a nudge. Because he was like right here. So she's not 100% sure because did he just give her the things she needed to touch it?
Did you try to reach out and grab it?
Yeah.
At this time, nothing happens.
How heavy does it feel? She remembers looking at it and being like, that's a heavy son of a bitch. And then she was able to pick it up like it was nothing.
It's heavier than you remember, but you're still able to pick it up.
I don't really have a sheath for this thing, do I? Need to talk to the fairy later.
I mean, if you want to grab him before he's on his way out.
I mean, if she went up while you were still down here,
He'd probably finish his food and his drink before heading out.
she'd come back down holding it. Still with a confused look, because as Tim said, it's heavier than she remembers, but she's still able to hold it. And she
Okay.
remembers trying to take the other sword to the Goliath before. Which I won't repeat what I did, because I don't want knife lovers to cry.
Or sword
including
lovers.
myself.
Any blade lover.
Me and that group. It hurts me to remember it. I believe I apologized during the episode because I was like,
Oh, you were
God, I hate
apologizing
this.
profusely
Yeah.
as you were dragging the sword because you
Yes,
were not
so
strong
it's like,
enough.
so she still
That
got
was
this confused
painful.
look of, I can still pick this up, but it runs down to be the fairy and be like, I need something to hold this in.
You need is to hit the weights.
Yeah, it worked fine yesterday.
What the
But yeah,
It's kind of like you're just kind of like look at it. It's like you're a lanky streak of piss. How are you even lifting it in the first place?
listen, man. I don't have the energy to even think about how.
Yeah, Faye, you were passed out.
But I figure it still wouldn't be a good look to just be carrying around a sword open.
Let me see it.
So
It's good to
Andrommeda's
kind of take
gonna
some
look at the
measurements.
fairy and just be like, you want me to keep holding it or you want to hold it?
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get some Greek god cooties from it, but
Too late.
sure.
I will attempt to pass the sword to Van. I will be smart about it though, and flip it so it's pommel up. So point is pointing
After
down.
seeing you drag it before, he almost looks panicked as you start to move it. It's like, no, no, no. He's just gonna like take it like careful. Seeing him
Again,
drag
I
it
think
hurt him.
carrying it around without a sheath on it.
Are you even going to be able to carry this?
I mean,
This is
was
something even
it's
for
not
me.
that bad.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, the only thing I'm really going to be able to do is put this on your back.
That's
And
fine.
that's going to be a lot of weight to carry. Okay.
It's probably the best.
I'll keep it for now while I work on something. I have a lot of leather, so I can fashion something. You're looking for anything in specific or just basic?
Something to carry it in a more safe fashion.
Well,
Sounds basic.
and I'm gonna go on a limb and say you're not gonna need to equip this quickly.
Yeah, nah.
Okay, that makes my life 12 times easier. He's gonna put it in his bag of holding, and it's like, I'll get to it.
Sweet.
What do you even remember from that? You looked ascendant.
I mean, I remember most of it, but kind of like a dream that you keep trying to remember and you remember less each time. Kind of like that.
Like you had a bad night out.
Kinda.
Been there, done that.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, it's just gonna put it in his bag of holding, and then off he pops unless someone else stops him.
To go off and make a sheath for it later.
That's the one.
All righty. So, a couple of groups are dipping off for a little while.
We're going over by the magical stores, right?
They were going off to the library.
Yeah, but you have to pass pass by magical stores there to get there, right?
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Hmm.
Oh, please don't make me fucking do.
I think they're
fucking
in the
do
vicinity.
clear my cookies again. Oh my.
But I would
Oh,
like
it's
to
half
say,
an
Badger, before we get to the library, Spot wants to stop at the Quill and Kindle to pick up another journal. So he has another book for note taking.
I'm so glad that they fixed the issue that made my tokens and things not work.
I don't know if anyone else has been having this issue, but last few sessions, every time there's a map change, there's like a 50-50, it breaks VTT, and I have to delete all like
You
my
gotta reload.
browser cookies. No, not even reload. I have to like full on delete all my browsing data,
Well, damn.
Oof.
which is a
Sorry,
major
Daniel.
pain in the ass because I have to sign in every time.
Yeah, sign into Beyond and such. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
Let's say also make sure that the extension is set to auto update. I know at one point somebody was having issues because they were like 2 versions behind. The things were breaking. However, I kind of marked off better lineup of what the districts are because I tried to do it all from memory last time and realized I made some boo-boos. And then some of the places that you've heard of or have been to got a place on the map. So, the Pious Blue Dragon Inn is in the Lantern District. Apparently, I had it on the wrong side of the water. Because that's the building that you guys were in. Quilling Kindle is next to the water, so you can go do that before heading off to the Grand Athenaeum in the Scholars Quarter. And go from there.
Oh, and then before entering the store, Spot's going to realize he doesn't have any money. And before, hopefully, the Kinder disappears, it's like, can I have some money? I need my allowance, please.
The Kinder will put like 200 gold in his hand, not knowing what she's putting in his hand. Here's the clinky clanky pennies.
Thank you.
And there's a couple of spots that aren't exactly in their... Oh, no. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's weird not playing a character that hoards all their gold. So it's like, wait a second, I need to buy stuff, and I have no money. Ask the hoarder.
I don't hoard gold. I collect gold. Very big difference.
Robin Hood in this shit.
Ask the mobile bank. There we go. That's better words. Ask the mobile bank.
There was the shops also in the river markets if you want to mark them down, but that's up to you.
Yeah, it's a much shorter, smaller area. I thought about putting them in there, but they're essentially just along the river.
Okay, no worries then. It's just small little markets, yeah. Out of character, Tim. Where did you say was possibly like the bard, the entertainment musical kind of?
Like all the bars and entertainments in the Lantern District. So the Poyas Blue Dragon Inn.
Well, not the bar, not bars. Like a bard's college, maybe.
Oh. You could find bits and bits in the Scholars Quarter. Otherwise, that'd be the Noble Heights that probably have that kind of stuff.
I'll follow behind the group, trying to not actually be. Rick's going to kind of be a little stealthy. He's going to follow behind the group, but not be like seen. He's keeping them in his sights, but staying out of their sights.
And Durana might have. She's gonna ask the bartender before we start moving around where all the clerics hang out.
I mean, they are kind of scattered.
Okay. How scattered? Which ones? Who do they work for?
What master do you serve?
Which is
Am I supposed
truly-
to say Jesus?
Which is truly the way Androna asks it is who do they work for? Not who do they serve, who do they work for?
They all work for the Merchants Council.
So wait,
That's
all the clerics are the Merchants Council?
The Merchants Council.
Is that like merchants
Also-
is like plural or like ownership?
You have the Merchants Consortium. They control all the trade licenses, which is why the
Okay.
city is divided up in different ways. You have 7 seats that govern the city, and each seat controls a different aspect of the city. You have the trade seat that deals with merchants, industry for the craftsmen, agriculture for the farmers, arcana, magical affairs. Faith seat controls the temples. Defense, which is the city guard, and scholarship, which is the libraries and education.
Yeah.
You must be really new here to not know any of that.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
All right, Sassy McSassiton.
Looking at non-existent watch. Yeah. We made it through the sketchy desert. I got here like yesterday, yeah. I just need to find
What?
other clerics.
If you're trying to look for the head cleric, I would recommend the Merchants Council because the seat for Faith is High Priest Ulrich on Mantle.
Okay. Where is that? Where am I going?
But wait. Roll me a history check. Recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge. Sure. I
Wait,
did
what
read a
did you
book.
say the name was out of character?
Ulrich Sunmantle.
I'll take a fucking 19. Sure.
Ulrich.
You've heard that
Goddamn.
name before.
Damn.
High Priest Ulrich Sunmantle is the High Priest of the Temple of the Dawnfather, who's also the highest seat on the council to dictate faith. Kind of tell all the other priests and clerics how to run their shrines.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you guys just put a sword in his head?
His chest. She's gonna be like, that sounds intimidating. Does he have, like, a dude, like, below him I could start with?
Yeah, let me think about that. Yes, there is. Yeah, his second, I guess you would want to call her. Normally just kind of hides out in her own temple. Is a woman by the name of Sundina. Sundina.
So where's her temple?
She works up at the Sanctuary of the Emerald Path.
Okay. I assume he gives me directions?
Yeah,
Or no?
he
Okay.
tells you across the river and go straight to the eastern wall, north of the markets.
Okay. So yeah, that's where Androna's gonna head. Which the
Also,
party
out of character,
hears.
one other person knows. The fairy knows that there is somebody that also works up at the Sanctuary of the Emerald Path because they work in Ember and Oak.
Oh.
But you have buggered off, so you can't share that information. But yes, Willow is one of the high ups for the Sanctuary.
Ooh. That's cool. You mentioned that. I don't remember. I don't remember her saying that.
She's gonna kind of look at the people still here-ish. She's like, well, that's where I'm going. Because the library really didn't help. So apparently even wizards can't really figure out how cleric magic works. Exactly. Because the whole weirdness of it. But yeah. Time to find out how much she liked her boss. Probably not much if she spends all her time in her own temple. But who knows?
All right, so you head off in that general direction. Spot you find yourself in. The Quill and Can.
It's that simple kind of walks in the store, takes a gander, has that look of like, I know what I'm here for, very quick. If he can spot just an empty book or like where journals are, he'll grab grab one. If not, it's just straight to the counter.
There's a couple of different times where you walk in and the human is just like, "I get no." Okay, never mind. Okay, you're gonna go, and then you just go in, you go find the journals, you grab a book, you come back, put it on the. You find everything you were looking for.
Takes a moment, registers kind of what happened, and goes, "Yes, sorry, I can't spend a whole lot of time. Currently on a little mission. Just need this. Just need another journal for note taking." Kind of looks around, like, "Do have a nice store. I will probably be back at some point."
Okay then. So just this, he like flips it open, realizing that it's an empty journal. All right, 10 gold, all yours.
"Thank you very much." Hands 10 gold, and then immediately goes, runs out to catch back up with Viv and Brandy, so they're not left too much unsupervised.
Too late.
What did you do?
Oh, we all know.
No, nothing you didn't think I was gonna do.
Fair.
Oh, seriously?
Stick to the cat like glue.
Did something work?
No, me not paying attention to the game log.
Yeah, Mom.
Brandy's gone.
And Randy's going.
So it was possibly Rick if he saw also the number that Rick rolled to him.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. Well, you guys are heading off to the Grand Athenium. Drana's making her way across the bridge into the town square, up and close and personal to the very tall tower that has been rumored to be set ablaze at night by certain people who see it.
Certainly not one of the people who's ever seen it.
I was going to say Rick has seen this now, so he's seeing this tower himself for the up close for the first time. Okay.
It looks pretty.
Pretty like a lot of detail or pretty like new?
A lot of detail. Obviously, the tower is the like center focus of the entire city.
Yeah.
Kind of serves a multifaceted purpose. It kind of serves as a small clock tower, and a watchtower, because at the very top there's a flat area for like night watch to kind of patrol the whole city from afar. It also can be utilized as like a signaling tower. So it's like it's designed to kind of look like this you're not sure what it is, but now that you kind of seen it up close, you're like, well, if you put something there, you could use this as that kind of a tower, and if you flip that around, you could the whole bunch of uses for it. And because a giant river runs through the city, it could also even serve as a bit of a lighthouse in different aspects too. Be able to be seen up and down the river. You're killing me, Smalls.
No, not yet.
Mentally, maybe.
Alrighty, well, you guys head on into the Grand Athenium.
Before we enter the library, Spot's gonna ask Viv, what books are you looking for?
It's just gonna stop in her tracks, turn, look at him, and go, "You'll find out," and then walk into the library.
Tim, Rick does not go into the library. He stays outside.
Gotcha.
Spot just takes a moment and it's like he mutters this to himself. He thinks he's thinking of this in his head, but just kind of mutters it to himself. It's like, fine, I could have helped you find it. Okay, get some help. His head on straight, then gets his mental list of what he's looking for gathered, and he just enters in like he owns the place.
Not surprised.
And while they're going into the library there, Tim, Rick, while he's outside of the library, is going to kind of scope out some wordage about maybe some more tellings of some legendary instruments. That he has heard of his tales, and he has been secret. Well, out of character. The three have been always seeking to build their little hoard of instruments. So legendary instruments of something that they want. So while he is keeping an eye on any possible threats that might try to go into the library, he is just kind of scoping and keeping an ear out for that too. Stealthily. So if you need me to roll another stealth, I will.
Nope. Don't notice Rick out.
Okay, so just because brain's processing, you are going where specifically? Just kind of out and about?
Mm-hmm. Staying close. He's taking into and trying to process what the group has said and keeping an eye on them, but from afar.
So yeah, the other three walk into the Grand Athenium. And of course, the High Archivist, Elwin Voss, is sitting at the front desk, a little frazzled, and a bunch of books scattered around her.
Okay, I'm assuming that Viv is just going to go and do her own thing. Is that correct?
That is very correct, and you get the very strong feeling from Viv of leave me alone or I'm going to fight you next.
Okay, good. Yeah, Spot knows how to handle that type.
Meow, cat's got claws.
And Brittany has no clue what any of those books on the desk say. She's looking.
Okay, so Spot was walking in with mission. He was going to look for his own things and whatnot. But seeing that the librarian is also in research mode and remembering the conversation from the other day is going, you probably have the books that I'm going to be looking for anyhow. Goes up to the librarian and asks, what you researching?
Doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. It does. Why does it not make sense?
What in particular doesn't make sense? Because I'm also here to answer some questions.
Bolt randomly lifts up a book facing you. It's open, just flows of text. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Slams it down, grabs another book. This doesn't make sense. Flip, flip, flip. This doesn't make sense.
What Spot's trying to obviously read, but what exactly is she holding up to him?
A series of books that are all about the area history.
The exact books that
that
I was
others.
going to actually pick up.
Also, the books Drana, I believe, was looking through to figure out the temple thing and had to get put back because Andrana just left them open on table.
Yeah.
She has worked as the archivist for the Cranathanium for a little about 200 years. And all of a sudden, her knowledge of history and the book she is reading make no sense.
So, yeah, Spot
She's
has his
frazzled.
floating mind.
Even as a female elf, she looks like she hasn't slept in days. She is on a potentially some sort of a caffeine high, too much coffee, and is got books scattered, opened, closed. Not her usual, like everything has to be neat and proper. It is. There is scattered brain
This
happening.
is a manic episode.
Yeah.
So Spot has his where it's floating mind summon, pulls out his book, pulls out his spell book, has his quill ready to dictate notes, and he starts to systematically go through what she has already gone through, and it's like, all right, let's go from the top, and he's slowly descending into madness, trying to figure this out. Occasionally sends the head to go and look for a book or two. He is also trying to learn about the two current pantheons that they're dealing with, the Greeks and the Norse. So if the books aren't there, the head's floating around trying to look for them, and then he'll just go quickly grab it once the head has shown where it is, and he's just slowly going into descent into madness to where she is librarian's at. Just they're all studying right there at the front desk. I'm assuming I might need to make some Dewey Decimal checks during this. Didn't catch that.
Roll a Dewey Decimal. At least a couple of the books that you were looking for on the pantheons are found by your incorporeal floating head, your awakened mind. A couple of them are also on her desk as she's been flipping through them. She's not currently flipping through them, but you see them sitting over within reach. But after a little bit of time of the two of you are just kind of like, now there's someone else there, she starts vocalizing things out loud about how what she remembers versus what the books are saying do not compute. And then she's got an entire book where she's got it like pinched, like the middle section of the book is like pinched between her fingers because everything between her fingers she doesn't recall at all.
Okay. It, the pages that she has pinched, is it dictating like a time frame of stuff, or is it just kind of just information that she doesn't
It's just
fully remember?
general information, shops and things, people, celebrations, just kind of like a general bit, but she's just pinching it between her fingers. Like she will occasionally try flipping through it and reading again and can't seem to recall any now.
Okay. Another type of book, so this could be multiple books, is magic that affects memory. He's trying to also do research on what may have caused it, if it is potentially a magical cause, because it seems to be something that's affected multiple people in this area. And with everything he's encountered since appearing here, it's like there is some magical tomfoolery about. He's just going to try to do research to see if he can't maybe pinpoint to something that is causing all of this forgetfulness.
As you spend more time studying with her, she just kind of like eventually she comes to her senses a little bit, realizing that you have been on the other side of her desk this entire time, and does a very quick like brush down her hair, make herself look proper, slide some of the books away, and be all like, I'm sorry. I have not introduced myself. I am High Archivist Elowen.
Hello, I am Spot. We met the other day.
I would have recalled that, but no, we haven't.
Kind of sad that the monk isn't here to help him with this. But he has that pause, and then it's like, no, we did. But you're also the second person that has forgotten yesterday's events.
No, yesterday I remember quite well. I got up, I made myself some tea, went through some of the books, I put away some of the books that got returned, I cleaned off the statues. What are you talking about yesterday? I remember yesterday.
Me and two of my colleagues, the the barbarian, and I had a cleric with me. And the cleric and you had a conversation about the statues. While I went and looked up other books. We were only
One
here
of the
for
schools
like a
brought
little
their
bit.
children in to do some research, but I would have recalled seeing the likes of you as well as kind of glances around, looking where Viv walked off to. I definitely would have remembered that one.
Well, like he wants to say more, but he realizes he can't. There's nothing that he could really say. Gathering his thoughts, like, well, it's neither here nor there. It is a pleasure to meet you. And he kind of goes back into the research and, asking questions. And you see his blank book that he bought is now like nicely sectioned off with a bunch of notes. So you got town history. It's got a nice section. You see Norse mythology's got a nice section. Greek mythology's got a nice section. Magics that deal with memory loss or whatnot are in their own section. And he's just constantly flipping through, and his quill is just floating around.
But yeah, she fully greets you, apologizes that she wasn't more attentive when you first walked in, but things have been strange, and she's trying to figure out what's going on.
Indeed.
So while you're up there doing that, Viv is up on another level of the library, looking up books of death, necromancy, and anything that might have Shadowfell information. And oh, do you find a section of the Shadowfell information?
I should have guessed that.
Doing a roll. So it recalls Shadowfell information in a bunch of these books. There are mentionings of the different thrones that are held in the Shadowfell. It does mention the matron, does mention Vecna, a couple of the lesser ones, Shar's in there, as well as another name, a couple of different names. It mentions Hades. As a potential throne in the Underdark. And as you flip through more and more books, it kind of goes from talking about all of them to getting more and more focused on Hades and only talking about Hades. And suddenly you find a book that is Hades or bust, pretty much, where it's talking only about Hades. Yeah. So even though there's an entire section of the Shadowfell, there's only a couple of books that you find that are like specific information you are looking for.
Depending on how good the wizard's hearing is, you will hear a mild noise of annoyance from wherever in the library that is. A book being slammed shut and or on the table, and then her going, "Fine, I'll find answers elsewhere," as she proceeds to walk out of the library.
Well, Brandy, what are you up to in this library?
Brandy
Dr. out of the
has
box?
just. Brandy has not been in the box. Brandy did not go into the library. She stayed outside of the library, and she's wandering around, entering shop to shop, looking for magic items.
Oh boy.
Golly, I wonder why.
Stealthily, quote unquote.
Oh, and are you finding them?
To the DM's dismay.
Because I can't beat most of these checks she's thrown in.
Rogue Kenda's going to get added to the ban list along with
Well, no, that's
Warlock Paladin.
She's a ranger rogue. She's mostly ranger though. She dipped, I think. What,
Yeah,
Mom?
but-
You dipped into rogue like 2 levels so far. One or
Yeah,
2?
but see, Kenders are designed to be rogues.
And a ranger is just
Brandy
the backup of
didn't
a
need to
rogue.
take a single point in rogue and could out rogue most of the rogues in the party if there were any true rogues. We got a lot of multi classes, but yeah, then you add
It's
rogue
just gonna
bonuses
get
on
worse.
top of the Kender Ranger, and now it's a monster that I can't seem to rein in. But that's okay. The party gets bullshit.
Listen, I can
Yeah,
behave
and we
myself.
get to ask.
yes,
Eventually
bad
we're
is bad is a behavior that we are currently glad about.
What's going to happen is the Kender is going to steal all this shit. We're going to start selling it back to the people she steals it from. We'll get more money in return for the up cost of selling it, and because we're not
To steal
getting
it
any
again.
loss. And so then we eventually gain a bunch of money, and we start feeling funding our own bastion, and we just Saturday's campaign got a floating ship. This group's going to get a mobile bastion on its artillery legs that the artificer's going to create for it. He's going to be the main controller dude who probably understands how the fucking whole thing works. And it's going to be a giant mech
So-
bastion.
We're gonna have Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
D&D style.
Alexander, the Final Fantasy
thank you for
summon.
invading my brain.
Oh, yeah.
But Saturday's also got a hankering of my rebalancing when I realized that I overkitted the party with magical gear and they walked through an archway that negated half of it.
Yeah.
You took my scarf.
Half
You're gonna
of
pay for
everyone.
that.
I rolled for every item on the person, and whether it was the one that stayed or one that got negated.
Oh god, it sucked balls. But
some people lost
that's
some
why we're
really
selling
good
it.
shit, and some people didn't lose some really good shit.
Yeah. I remember
like to
getting
point out-
absolutely foobarred.
I would like to point out
Luckily-
the difference between Brandy and a regular rogue is Brandy will actually go through and steal borrow. She doesn't steal. She borrows.
Mhm.
Right.
She
He
repurposes.
borrows.
And she borrows and repurposes everything, not just expensive things. You're talking about the same rogue who stole a bag of bread and thought it was the best thing she stole all day.
Oh, it was for Rick.
Well, that's because she's
Nice.
the camp cook.
This child gets excited when she steals spices.
I mean, you are the cook, so that's understandable. Like,
Yeah, as well. Yeah, that's probably like the best thing you could have gotten.
Find the fucking counter again.
Spot's doing spot things. Brandy's doing brandy things. Rick is doing Rick things. Viv is doing Viv things. Granted, Viv basically
yeah.
reached the same endpoint that Andrana did of the library's not helpful.
That last stealth was a natural 20.
Holy shit!
God damn!
What is your bonus?
Plus 12.
oh, you're one above me. Damn.
My sleight of hand is also
Well, you
plus
got
12.
3 people you gotta hide. It makes sense.
Truth.
I also have the
Now I
emergency backup
understand
of
why they're
casting
just saying
invisibility.
It's
so,
literally
you know.
impossible to beat. Have you, off the top of your head, how many have you actually beaten?
If it's rolled under 20, I'm pretty good about beating it. But when she's throwing 25s to 32s consistently, and I counter
We're gonna
roll with
get
the
a
same
magical arch
pluses.
away again. Oh my god! See, damn.
This is why Brandy always seems to come out hitted.
You guys don't know
This
half
is
the shit I've taken.
nuts.
I mean, half of it doesn't even exist anymore, so we're good. Technically, you're just regaining.
Yeah, there we go. That
lost.
was mitigator. Was the
guys-
fucking
you
bag
guys
of holding?
put it
Yeah,
all-
that
I
was
put it all in the
losing
cart.
all of that stuff.
Hey, we'll regain it eventually. We just gotta get Brandy to more cities. It's fine.
I don't think we need to get her in more cities. We just need to stay in this city. She could find enough. This city's big enough.
That's fair.
I
We're
mean,
gonna be here
there's
for
also
months.
there's also a non-zero chance that we're just going to randomly run into one of those items, because I believe it was mentioned that all of that stuff was just scattered across the realm
But I gotta go get food. I'll be right back.
instead of like outright destroyed. She's gonna be climbing a tree. There's a chess piece. Like, where the fuck did this come from? It's a cat.
With no baby.
No baby. Sans baby.
It probably conked after eating foods. No.
Yelling
Currently
baby.
being electronically babysat by my father. In his bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah, I can hear.
Mother
him
is
screaming.
free!
I can hear him
Here's his
screaming at the
second nat
baby
20.
behind us.
Yeah, I have to cook. Country's at work, so I actually have to be the kitchen bitch tonight.
Mr.
Oh, no.
President, second net 20 is the Dungeon Master.
I mean, you're always bitch. It's just differences now. It's in the kitchen.
Valid.
Boss says bitch.
Sorry.
Another,
That also makes
another
it
one.
the 20th
Because it's funny.
D20 since we put our tracker in.
Cats should get inspiration for that.
I didn't see it.
And if I'm not mistaken, most of these 20s have been Brandy's.
Yes.
Yeah.
The noise
It's,
of annoyance behind me.
It's a dice economy thing.
That's a Badger's gonna crash out thing.
Oh,
He's just gonna.
Can
No, he's
confirm.
not gonna crash out. He's just gonna start plotting more evil shit.
be
Shake it
warned,
like it
he's
owes you
been
money.
chatting with my wife.
Oh no. That's the most terrifying thing of all. Jess is unhinged. But it has no repercussions on Jess, so they'll just say anything.
Jess isn't even a door. Jess doesn't need hinges.
Oh my.
She's more or less like a brick
God
wall with
damn
rockets.
it, Johnny.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. What? A brick wall with rockets?
Yep.
It doesn't seem to make sense, but it is accurate.
Don't make the joke. Don't make the joke. Don't make the joke.
Bitch, you won't do it.
You're right. I won't. It's too
Say it, you
bad. It's
coward.
too mad.
Say it, you coward.
Now we know who's got the hard one between the two.
There we go.
Mm.
I had to tone it down.
That's
The original phrasing was
understand the
way
hesitance.
worse. I had to
Text it
tone
to me,
down.
you coward.
No. I dug my grave. I'm not gonna lie in it anymore.
Here, I'm gonna go see if I can find a snack. I'll be back.
Alright.
I'm currently scrubbing raw chicken off of my hands. I have made mistakes.
Badger, in the middle of my little study session, it finally clicks that the librarian doesn't remember us. So that means the librarian doesn't remember the conversations that would have potentially triggered her what the fuck. So he's gonna stop and ask, like, what caused you to start this train of thought?
I woke up this morning with a thought on the back of my mind. And I opened a book and it didn't make sense to me. Then I opened up another book and it made no more sense to me. Then I opened up a third book and now we are here.
I've had
So
mornings like that. Maybe you should try electrolytes.
so you don't know / maybe don't remember what triggered it? You just woke up with a sense of something is wrong?
Yes.
Spot kind of goes to his magic, makes a little note of basically the something along the lines of like the knowledge is still there in the person, but yet they don't have access to it. Okay. And back to studying he goes.
All right. So we know what you're doing. You're wandering. You're thieving. And then Al stepped away. So, hey, Kath, what are you doing during all this?
Catherine. I
Guessing.
honestly, I don't
Still
have
running
a
ridiculously
personal
long distances.
investigation. I don't have needs other than food and sleep. Like, kind of
Breathing.
sticking close to both of those at the moment. Don't really have anything pressing. So I'm kind of just staying where I can easily be found, which is the Blue Dragon. But I will be
Which
people
Rick
watching.
has the stone to him, so if something, yeah, he can.
Oh yeah, I'm
always
on
let
call.
him know. Yeah. Speed. How quickly can you get there exactly too? Like you could be there within minutes just by pure dashing. So yeah.
No, seconds. Seconds, not
Month-
minutes.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably about as fast as the City Watch, if not faster.
Faster
Hey, Kev,
than the
can
City
you-
Watch. The only reason why they might seem faster to you is because they are more scattered about.
Yeah, they might be closer.
There's more of them, so scattered.
You just be like phone Kev. Hey, how quickly can you get here? And he says, just hear him next to you. I'm already there.
Also, I heard there was a really
Phone-
freaking good soup special going on today at the
phone-
Bias Blue Dragon.
Phone a monk. That's what we're gonna start calling it.
The
Phone a
important
monk.
things. Phone a monk.
Monk and
The $1 million question. I'd like to phone a monk.
Right. You get wisdom within seconds.
Wisdom. You shouldn't pee on them.
Oh, Daniel.
I can't top Johnny's jokes, but I can try.
We know you can't top.
How would you know?
Can you fix this?
You get out,
Because
give
you
off
just said
bomb
it.
energy.
Yeah, I can fix it.
Yeah, and you give off ankle biter energy.
Sure,
Children
buddy.
play nice.
Sure. We are.
are they the?
A wee bit of banter.
We bent a lovely banter between friends.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Perma's not here, so this energy's got to go
Yeah.
somewhere.
True.
Love you, Daniel.
Love you too.
Oakley doke.
Sorry, it just reminded me of work eons ago.
Oh, rolls.
Ah.
Oh,
Brandy.
holy jeez.
I figured you guys would want to know what he's talking about, so.
Brandy, what the fuck?
No, I understand one is an instant fail, but you guys do realize if I roll a 1, I'm still getting a 13.
Yeah. That's why we just need to slap
Is
advantage on
it
that for you.
is it really a fail at that point if it's a 1?
Oh, yeah. Because it happened to Ares's avatar.
All right. Well, now that we got the owl back, since we know what the four of them are doing, what they're doing, yeah, you find yourself walking into the sanctuary of the Emerald Path. It has remnants of like a different branch of the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah.
It showcases very strong, like druids might also be here, other than priests and whatnot. Very green plants everywhere.
Is there a specific pantheon on display?
There's a few of them. There's a couple shrines, small shrines to like Sylvanas, and a couple of like smaller Faerun deities that you would recognize, but there's much smaller shrines. They're not like the big and crazy ones.
Yeah.
That love Lillian moment where you're like, yeah, I got a question. I've answered that question because I wrote it down, but now it's trying to figure out where.
I'm more or less wondering, is it as Greek heavy as the other place? Do I see the same signs of this used to be
Unfortunately,
something else?
It is, yes. Unfortunately, this is very still Greek heavy.
Okay.
Is that a lot of yogurt?
Yeah, you're still seeing Zeus shrines,
Daniel, you're fired.
Poseidon shrines.
I'll pick that up.
There's also like a Hera shrine. But most of them seem to be, the more decorated one seems to be to any deity that supports like life.
So if you're looking at Earth deities,
So
you're
yes,
probably seeing a lot of Pan, Artemis, Gaia, Dionysus, and Demeter.
Likely, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the nature pantheon for the Greek gods.
Does it have the same signs the other temple and the library have, though, of their platforms are different stone?
For all the Greek ones, yes.
But there are non-Greek in here.
But the non-Greek ones are all made out of the same material.
Granite?
Correct.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, this might be a stretch. With all of my reading in the library, it was talking about that one temple being to the Allfather, right?
Yes.
During my browsing, did it also list the other individuals in the Norse pantheon and their specialties? I.e., was there a nature one, and are they here?
Yes and yes.
They are here. Okay.
There's mentionings to... There are mentionings. There's no shrines for, but there are mentionings of Balder, Frey, Njord, and Scotty.
Okay. Which statues do I see here, though?
Statues, the big bold, takes up most of everyone's visage, are the Greeks.
Okay. Is there a front desk at this place?
Nope, it's more of just like an open temple. People can kind of come in, kind of meander. Eventually, a little half elf, older woman, like snow white hair, pure white, uh, hair pulled up into a bun. She carries herself like a priest, but dresses like a druid. And yes, she introduced herself as the Sundina.
Okay.
Is an elderly half-elf druid, hair of silver, and skin as pale as fresh birch bark.
Okay.
Despite her age, she bears timeless quality of her elven kin, vivid green eyes, narrow and sharp, carry the answer to all sorts of potential questions. And you probably suspect that given how her hands look a little dirtied, she's got a watering can on her hip, wrapped around one of her robes, that she is the reason why this place is so green. Like, you're talking not just plants, you got vines going up the wall, you've got moss on the ceilings. Like, you're starting to struggle where the building ends and the greenery begins.
All right.
You went in looking for a temple and you found yourself what appears to be in a very elegant looking greenhouse, minus the roof being
Yeah.
glass.
So she introduced herself as Sundina. Andrana's gonna start with like, so you answer to Ulrich, right?
When I want to.
Good answer. Okay. Because he seemed a little pushy and unhelpful when I was trying to get clarification.
When he was younger, he was a pleasure to work with. As he got older, he became more of a thorn than anything.
Mhm. That explains that. So I was trying to figure some stuff out because I might have magic, but I don't know how I got the magic, but I think I know who gave me the magic, but I don't know how this magic works. Well, most of it. There's a little bit I do get. And before you ask, I'm not a warlock. I didn't sign any contracts.
Good, then I don't need to kill you today.
Andrana files in the back of her mind, maybe tell Froggy to steer clear of this area.
Even when she's at her most cheerful, she has basically a frown etched into her face and kind of
Oh yeah.
carries the weight of the world's inevitable decay.
A lot like the elders before. So Andrana's just kind of like, I know how to work with this. But yeah, he was a
Did you
lot.
know I'm supposed to be his second? Did you know that I'm supposed to be in those council meetings? But no, he wants to take all of that sunlight.
Mm. Maybe someday soon you'll be there.
I hope so, because this city needs a good and hard scrubbing.
Scrubbing. What kind of scrubbing?
I can't give you specifics because I don't know them, but it often feels like things are changing at a pace that is unnatural, and I don't like it.
You mean like, and Andrana's not going to say anything, but it's going to point to one of the Greek statues and point at its base and point it back up at the statue.
My plants, they whisper things to me. And often what they've been telling me does not coincide with what I recollect.
You are
And that
not the
bothers me.
only person. And Andrana's like remembering Thrag from this morning. It's just gonna be like, you're not the only person. I know that for a fact, because we got checked into a place in a different district. He didn't remember us the next morning. He had to check his books. And he's the one that checked them in.
Well, even if it comes down to I don't remember you, my plants might.
Andrana's gonna kind of like look around with that like, cool. Don't piss off the plants. Got it. Do you... I don't know how to explain it, but I got given magic. And I'm kind of used to some of the magic, and I remember seeing some of the magic. However, there's other magic attached to it that I do not know how
Honey,
it works.
I'm going to stop you right there so we can dial it back a little bit. How have you come upon this magic? And like she stares at you a little bit with like trying to figure out what you are.
See, that's the part I don't quite remember, and I keep trying to remember an individual, and it's been difficult. But now white light shoots out of my hands. And I'm starting to think maybe other stuff is happening.
And you found yourself here talking with me, and I'm trying to gauge if I can help you, if I need to tell you to go to a doctor.
I don't believe I injured myself or fought anything that did this. Gerardo's like, how much can I give without giving too much away? Because I feel she and I are both trying to like vibe check each other while being vague.
Just tell her everything. She'll forget it tomorrow.
You are dressed like a war medic. You carry yourself like a cleric. But there's something about you I can't quite grasp my hand around.
How dim is it in this temple? Or is it super bright?
It's bright enough. There's spots where there's definitely sunlight coming in. There also seems to be some sort of like magical daylight positioned up in the ceiling to kind of give the darkened areas more light, but enough to where if you have the faintest of glows in the eyes, she has noticed them.
I've spontaneously grown wings, I think, twice now. One time they were very bright. Yesterday they were kind of black. It was weird, but not dead black, like black feathers. The first time I was kind of falling to my death, and I didn't want to die, and then they showed up.
That's a very interesting conundrum that you are facing.
I know, right? Even the wizard's confused.
So then let's follow up by then why here of all places?
Because I tried Ulrich yesterday, and that ended spectacularly. I don't want to go back. He has a very fiery personality.
Oh, don't I know it?
Oh
But
yeah,
if
it's
the
probably
high
bad for
priest,
plants, isn't it?
if Ulrich couldn't help you, what makes you think I can?
It wasn't so much couldn't. It was kind of you wouldn't. Because I was reading things, and the things in the books told me one thing. But he was saying a bunch of different things. That, and he kind of wanted me to sign on with a specific god before doing literally anything. That didn't quite feel right.
I see. He kind of like looks around the room in thought. You could see that hamster is going in her mind, trying to figure out what she could potentially hurt. Well,
Really, I just need help figuring out how the good magic happens. Not the bad magic.
you have a different approach than Ulrich. His son go so gung ho about them as she like gestures to the statues.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I noticed that.
But in all of history, they rise and fall. Every couple of 100 centuries or so, a new face will take the place of an old one. We've already had two great deity wars. So who's to say that someone down the line we don't get a third?
What does it draw on a clock with all of that? Like, is any of that lining up wrong?
What you're kind of picking up from it is the plants in this building know more than she does. She is a druidic cleric who doesn't necessarily follow a particular deity, but more of nature
Mhm.
itself. So yeah, she works in a temple of all these statues and whatnot, which is great. But she seems to put more of her focus in the living plants that surround her.
Androna. With the plants, no more than Cheetah's line. Or the end goal. She's gonna look at her and be like, "Can I talk to your plants?"
Absolutely. Would you like me to bridge that connection for you?
Yes.
Both hands start glowing green as she kind of does some hand waving. And a cluster of vines and roots and things appear not far from where the Sylvanus shrine is. And
Okay.
the plants and flowers and the vines and the roots form what looks to be a chair.
I'll sit down.
For a good couple of moments, nothing seems to happen. You know, they form a chair, you sit, you're waiting for something to happen. And then so Sundina kind of comes up to you and says, breathe.
Oh. Okay.
Just breathe. Deep inhale,
Takes
deep exhale.
yeah. Just start breathing. Okay, very noticeable, kind of. She's watched Kath meditate a few times, so
Fair.
like, oh, okay. Okay.
As you start doing the big inhale, big exhale, you realize that one of the flowers next to you does a little, and you're inhaling pollen, or what seems to be pollen.
Okay.
And this, it hits you in the senses, but then you start hearing
Promptly sneeze.
but then um yeah, you breathe, nothing happens, and then you just start hearing a collective of voices.
Oh.
Like you've connected yourself to a bit of a hive mind. It is very slow, it's very ease. But you start realizing that the more it talks, the more you're starting to understand.
Okay. Okay. How? What happened here?
Divine intervention.
Okay. I mean, I saw it happen in one other place, the temple. How long ago?
It rattles off a number, but you're not quite sure what it means because its way of time tracking is different.
Right.
And then it realizes that you're not understanding. So then you hear it again. Eventually you get to like 1,000 souls, and it slowly tries to figure out until you realize that it's giving you a time frame, 10 years.
10 years. Okay.
Populace trapped in cage.
What kind of cage?
Deadly cage. Poisonous cage.
Who created the cage?
Divine intervention.
Why did they do it?
Faith. Followers.
They're gaslighting an entire city just to get more attention?
More faith. More grow.
They're doing it for power. Which is the part it gets to when Adrana's like, oh, I understand want for power very well. Or at least individuals who want power. How do we break it?
Restore sunlight. Remove poison.
Connection my brain is making. Ulrich was referred to as, the Dawn Father, but the Dawn Father on display is Zeus. That is not the actual Dawn Father. The actual Dawn Father is Pelor.
Actual Dawn Father would be, if we're going back to Forgotten Realms,
Or it's talking about the All Father. They say Dawn Father. Androna goes, name. Only the Dawn Father? Are there other names?
I'm trying to figure out what you're asking.
More or less, just trying to figure out if they're talking about actual D&D Dawn Father or the All Father in this context.
As to who's doing it?
No, because they talked about restoring the sun. Andrana's brain goes, sun could be, a what they mean, like they mean the Dawn Father, but they're saying sun.
No.
No. You said it's in a cage.
Darkness feeds.
How does it feed?
Just ask how it feeds.
Yeah.
Song.
Song? Where does the song come from?
Darkness. Feeds.
They keep talking about the main tower. Have they mentioned the main tower being on fire? To everybody? In the party, I
know.
mean. Like, party, has that been a thing that was talked openly or just discussed among...
I know for a fact that Spot has no clue. No one has mentioned
about
it
the
to
tower.
Spot.
No.
Yeah, this is yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess it would be Keth or whoever saw it that first night.
Well, are you talking about the tower being on fire? Sorry, I wasn't really paying
Mhm.
fully attention.
Yeah. I'm talking about the tower
Nope.
being on fire.
I
Oh,
mean,
Viv would have mentioned it. This morning. Okay.
this. Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Then yeah, I'll bring up... Oh, bug.
Peppy.
Bebe with the mullet already. That's the only term I've got for it. Anyway, then yeah, she'll mention to the plants, the tower. It was on fire last night.
Always fire.
Mm.
It's always on fire? Is that what the plants are saying? Not just at night?
No, but more like they've seen it enough times.
Seen it for 10 years?
Cage, darkness, feeds.
Wait, what was the last word?
Feeds.
Feeds.
Flame. Mass. Song.
The darkness comes from the tower.
I didn't catch all.
The darkness comes from the tower?
No. Makes darkness. Darkness feeds.
Trying to figure out what...
Saudina even like wanders up to you like, I don't get it either. They've been whispering about this kind of stuff all day.
What about yesterday? Do you remember what they whispered yesterday?
More of this, more of fire, and more of death. My plants are old. It takes them a long time to express word.
Tower goes on fire. People in tower die. Crying out? Maybe that's a song? Maybe that's the cycle. Fire engulfed tower. Song is people dying, and the darkness comes because Hades comes to get the souls? Or the souls are the darkness? At least that's what Androna's thought process is going through.
Song, darkness, deeds. Do not forget. Darkness feeds. Even though it doesn't feel like it's been that long to you, you have been in this chair for well over an hour.
Oh.
Because that's just how long it takes for the plants to translate what they're trying to say.
Right. Darkness feeds. Has there been any signage or anything like that that speaks about not being out at night? No? Okay.
Not that you have seen. And you've wandered halfway across town.
Yeah.
Never came across anything.
So, darkness feeds. Think. God. I don't know where. Trying to think if she's got any questions that might. So far, we've nailed it down to the last 10 years being wrong. So now, unknown to Andrana, the third person with memory issues that we've run into. And she's talking about restoring the sun, getting rid of the poison. Where does the sun need to be restored? 'Cause the sun's in the sky, right, Tim? Like I saw the sun in the sky on the way here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do they respond with? Where do we restore the sun?
Cage.
Cage. Need to restore the sun in the cage. But the city is in a cage, from what plants have described. Yeah. Because isn't it?
Because he's not on camera, I can kind of just picture Griff as like, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be there. But you can't.
Oh
You're
yes, the entire time, I'm like, this is where the wizard's supposed to be, but no, I'm enjoying the cleric doing this.
Oh, no. I am remembering. Because...
Baby dog.
What is it? It's the Nova Resonance grid. Right? That's a grid.
Correct.
Grids can be cages. It's winged toward... What if... The latticework got broken, right? And the gods were like, we fixed things. Like, that was the initial thing from Hermes, was like, don't get in the middle of this. We managed to fix things. But that means they could have taken sections that were supposed to go somewhere else to fabricate what they wanted here. Creating a cage. Like, what if the rest of the lattice is connected by itself, but there is a specific cage around here? Keeping it under Greek control. By force. Using the lattice work to create a cage. It's like she did look in the book for a bit because she came over, took the quill, and put something in. And Spot also shared, like, the very first two entries are talking about it being a grid. And entry 2 is about how it tore through it, cutting numerous strings. And then you also have the desert now sings in silence. At least it's somewhat what Andromeda's thinking. I don't know if the plants are giving me anything. But wait, it's... People
Plants
keep
just kind of seem like they're just letting you mumble and trying to piece things together.
Okay, let's go through this. I'll ask the plants. Because we've heard about the catastrophe. Right? So I'll ask the plants. When was the catastrophe?
They gave you 2 answers.
Okay.
One that you figure out they're trying to tell you 50 years.
Okay.
And the other number, which you translated into like 400 years.
You said 10 years ago, Boots and entered here. Do you remember how the statues were replaced? Or who replaced the statues?
Priest. False.
Ulrich. Or not Ulrich.
When you say Ulrich's name, you almost feels like every plant in the room shifts a little bit. In the same kind of contempt that Sundina seems to have for him.
Mm-hmm. The plants don't like him.
Hello?
False.
I'm gonna give this to you. This is a sauce dish, and that's stuck. Okay, probably don't use your fingers. Go.
So they've got the same contempt for that man.
The more you bring up his name, the more that you hear false.
Aries.
Lesser.
Lesser than Aries.
They seem to be playing more call and response. You give a name, they give you an answer.
Aries changed the statues. Or somewhere under Aries, the false priest, the avatar.
All.
Aries in the avatar's body using it.
Priest. False. Lessers. Grow.
I think Yandrana's done going in a
Religion
circle.
check.
Okay, great. I can do that. Religion check. Okay.
In D&D, you have the prime deities, and then you have all the subsequent lessers.
Okay. A false god for a lesser deity.
And both the Norse and the Greek are part of the lesser category. They don't have the power of a prime, but they still are more powerful than a normal human, so
So the Greek
lesser.
pantheon came in. Wait, did the Greek and the Norse pantheon fight over here? Or did the Greek take it?
Much lightning.
Okay, that tracks with two gods off the top of my mind. Much lightning. Hammer?
Bolt. Fire.
Bolt and fire. So Zeus and Ares.
You're trying to explain things, but plants more or less have like a almost negligible intelligence.
Oh, I know.
So they can only answer you in like almost caveman speech.
Okay.
"2 hours have passed for you sitting in that chair.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't feel for you. It feels like you're just having a normal conversation, but everything else around you seems to be a little bit slower. Except Sundina, mostly because she kind of
Is entertained
It's
right
her
now that
magic.
I'm trying to question her plans.
You can also kind of see that she's piecing it. You're helping her piece together things that she's struggling with too. Potentially.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see if I can. Greek gods poison.
Cage.
And she'll point. Greek gods made cage. Oh, to restore sun to cage.
Darkness feeds.
At night times when they all lose their memory. Hence feeds. It eats on the memory. Darkness eats
Darkness
memory.
feeds.
Wait. Is that what the Vecna dude was doing with his inn? Feeding souls to power the cage. Were there any were there any memory issues that popped up with the guards in the Vecna place or no?
No.
Okay.
Actually, yes, kind of. If I'm mistaken, it was more of some were out of time. Like
The people had memory issues that
people
you
were.
saved. The guards did not.
Okay. Right, because the young boy couldn't remember much of anything. Like, it took numerous deep dives for Kath to get anywhere on that.
And there was a couple of older folks that seemed to remember before, have memories of before the catastrophe. Because they were talking about places that, according to your map, don't exist anymore.
What about the Oasis?
What about it?
Were there memory issues there that we could remember or no?
No. It's just most of the Oasis, besides the elders, had no memory of it because they were born after.
Gotcha. Does the darkness feed on their memory or just the darkness just feed on their time?
Darkness. Feet.
Darkness feeds. I should go to the main tower. Think.
And Dina's like, I'm not sure how else to help you either. But it seems like your focus is in the town square.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna head there next.
As you exit the chair, your arm is grappled by a couple of vines. Death. Life. You. And then they let go.
She just sits there like, I mean, I've done both things. That's for later me, who's not hungover from fighting a god. And she'll say that out loud. Just, that's for later me to figure out. Still hungover. Also, pointing at Sundina. Oh, I should have kept talking to the plants.
I mean, you're connected as long as you're sitting.
I'll sit back down quick for one more question. Have dead people come back?
Dead. Ground. Grow.
So our dead bodies helps them grow, because, compost. Other various things, yeah. It's like, okay, so that sounds like death stays, in
Even
place or
Sundina's like
whatnot.
nodding in agreement, like, yep,
Dead
haven't
stay
had any
dead.
zombies rise
Okay.
or anything.
Okay, good. Just gonna look at Sundina and leave her with the phrase of also maybe check in on Ulrich. You may get your wish. And then she's just gonna leave. With zero explanation.
The little old half elf is giving you that look like, what? And then you're gone.
What is it with this group not wanting to actually say the information?
She might be, anti-Ulrich, but it's also that I know better than to fully admit to committing murder.
Fair enough.
A person I don't know really well. I don't know her. Besides, even if I told her, she was gonna forget and not remember the next day. Although I will say, I will swing by the Temple of the Dawn Father. Because I want to see what the outside of the building looks like, because we shattered one window. So I want, in my path to the town square, that temple's pretty close. I can take a little peek. She's gonna try to somewhat stay. She's trying to be nonchalant about it. but checking to see if window is broken.
The window is broken.
Okay. Okay. And I don't get a glimpse of Ulrich through the window in any way.
Looks pretty dang empty.
Okay. Then I'll continue on to the town square.
While you're heading off to the town square, Verdan man, what are you doing? Other than hanging around in the forge ward. Daniel.
Daniel!
Daniel.
All right, we will come back to. So we got Brandy is aimlessly wandering. We got Rick who's wandering around. Viv seemed to leave with a purpose. Where is it that you're going?
That is a very good question. She doesn't even know. She just knows that the library was the least helpful thing on the planet. Or at least in this city so far.
Okay. So at the moment, you're just wandering. Spot. A few hours have passed now. You've been in there for a while.
How much have I learned, and have I hit a brick wall with the books that are available to me?
Okay, let's start the list of what you were trying to specifically look up. I know you mentioned Greek stuff, Norse stuff, yes?
Yes, so the list is Greek mythology, Norse mythology, and this is just to better understand the two religions that we are interacting with. History of the town to basically figure out when we are, where we are, and the calamity and what happened to cause the statues to change. And also any magical reason, if there is any, on why people seem to be very forgetful.
So you collect information on the Greek pantheon. You collect information on the Norse pantheon. You know who they are, where they fall, where they'd fall on the list, what each one kind of represents. Easy peasy. Town history is a little skewed because things that were recently made, like there's a couple of books that you found that written within the last 10 years that tell a completely different story from anything that was pre 10 years ago. A lot of the temple names were different. The deities mentioned in those were different. What you kind of grasp is Amberford, since its creation, have all been Norse. Norse worshippers. They follow the lesser deities. there are mentionings of the prime deities, but there's also mentioning that they pretty much only stay in Faerun. So not many reach out this far. And then, but the information that you're reading in books, especially about the Norse and their influences and where their statues are and all of their shrines, you have seen a couple of things that do not match. Because visually, names have changed. There's mostly this. You would think that this city worships the Greek, maybe a couple of the primes, but that's about it.
Okay. So pretty much all that's in his new journal. He is definitely annotated pre 10 years versus post 10 years. So it's like, all right, Temple of the Dawn Father was this, now it's this. This area was this, yada, yada, yada. He gets to and then on the cause, does he learn anything about what potentially caused the change? Or
you find plenty of information on like magic items that could mess with memory, magic like elixirs, like modified memory spell, but to be able to affect an entire town overnight, nothing comes up. There's no information. It's like anything pre 10 years ago to now just popped into existence. One moment, all the books pre 10 years ago were updated very well, and then all of a sudden, any book written within the last 10 years, it was like it was always supposed to be everything that changed. There's no hinting that things got changed. It just, this is how it is.
Okay. So he's probably looking similar to how the librarian was when they first entered, but not as bad.
You'll also note
he's definitely got
that for the Temple of the Dawn Father, Ulrich's name doesn't appear pre 10 years ago.
Interesting. Yep, that is noted. But once he eventually hits that brick wall of, all right, what's in the everyone has access to portion of the library is done giving its secrets, then turns to the librarian. It's like, okay, this is a lot. And I think I'm at the same conclusion as that you are. But I've hit probably the same brick wall that you have. He's not going to mention that the librarian has mentioned the restricted section before. So he's going to word it like this. I know every library has a restricted section. Stuff that the general audience doesn't get to look at. Do you mind if I take a look to see if there might be some answers in that area?
Help yourself. I've already scoured what I could try to find.
Thank you. So he starts heading towards the restricted section, sending the head ahead and see if can't spot further, but is going to look for further clues in the restricted section, while also keeping an eye for anything that might be of interest, just in case, since he has permission in the area.
what you gather in the restricted section is a whole bunch of Norse things. More Norse books, more shrines, more in depth of the patronage. There are names in books of the restricted section that you haven't seen brought up in other books. Or there's a bunch of names in the restricted section that you can't find in any of the newer stuff. Restricted section doesn't really give you any leads as to what had happened, but obviously it feels like some of the area's knowledge was put here to keep it out of the public's hands.
Okay. So it's like a lot of books are like, oh, this should be like normal knowledge. Why is it here? And then the pieces start to slowly come together. Like, okay, they're probably put out of the limelight, hidden, but the information itself is not lost. My next question is, with how smart Spot is, would he be able to deduce a potential theory at this time with the knowledge that he has been presented of maybe X or Y or Z happened?
Nothing concrete. Every theory that he could come up with might seem plausible, but also at the same time far-fetched. Nothing that you've kind of collected puts anything into full perspective yet. Whatever has had happened 10 years ago, someone's done a real good job at keeping the past hidden. And whatever knowledge everybody has now is the new common knowledge.
Okay. He's gonna kind of think. It's like, all right. Maybe the monk can help in this department by going through willing people's memories and dreams. But that's going to take a lot of work in finding the right people. Wait a second, the cleric went off and did more cleric research. Maybe they came up with something, hopefully. What was the Where's the barbarian? And then Spot just kind of goes looking.
Wandered out of the library, stormed out of the library like 2 hours ago.
And doesn't have a sending stone.
Looks over to the librarian. Was about to ask a question, then realizes, oh, you probably don't have the answer. Do you need help cleaning up?
Thank you, but no. I'm gonna put all these back. I don't know how I got it so messy in the first place. And she'll start picking up books and wandering them over to put them back on the shelves.
Research mode tends to happen. If I find any more useful information, I'll let you know. But this is going to take a lot of work. I gotta go find my companions. And then heads out of the library and goes, I have no idea which direction to go. Fuck.
Do I see Spot?
I was gonna say, does Rick see either?
I mean, Spot is very spottable.
Especially since
also
he's covered in spots.
Also a rather tall elf storming out of a library is also rather easily to sometimes spot, especially if they're not of
Well, that's the
scholarly type.
thing. Viv stormed out of the library like 2 hours earlier. And it's probably just, who knows where she's at in town. It just depends on if anyone noted and or tried to follow.
I tried to roll a perception to follow Viv. I failed my perception to follow Viv completely. I couldn't even find Reptar.
I was not asked to. I mean, I was keeping an eye on the entrance, so.
Oh yeah, you still can. But yeah, Brandy didn't. Brandy tried to roll to spot Viv leaving, and rolled really low.
I mean, 11.
Well, shit. Despite how loud Viv was, she kind of just walks straight out and goes down the road, and no one really notices that she completely left like that.
Viv wasn't loud. Viv was normal volume. She pulled her hood up when she walked past everybody. So. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. With the hood up and all of the Shadowfell features covered by the hood, and good luck, because with the hood up, she just looks like a normal person.
You want to roll me the d20 to see where you ended up 2 hours later?
Any chance you were in need of a drink?
Where in the world is your Shadowfell barbarian?
God damn. Bye, Brandy.
Natural fuck, another 20.
Holy crap.
The campaign even can't find her.
Another one.
I'm following behind Spot.
I guess I'll.
Spot's
check
kind
to
of
see
just
if I-
standing outside the library at the moment, trying to figure out which direction to even go.
Okay, I would I assume that I see Spot at least come out of the library then, after so many hours.
Yeah.
With that roll. Okay.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll a
actually-
perception check. It's just he's stepped outside and then he's just kind of standing there going, "Oh crap, I'm by myself."
Rick actually steps up right behind you. Well, not right behind you, but like right beside you, unknowingly, kind of, because he was still in stealth, and he's like, "What'd you figure out?"
Badger, would my 17 passive perception be able to spot Rick, or do I need to roll perception?
I mean, no, he rolled a really good. No, with the earlier stealth, essentially both Rick and Brandy are completely hidden from normal sight. So unless Rick makes himself known, you're scanning the crowd and you don't see either one of them.
Okay, so
They are really
when he
good
pops
hiders.
out, Spot kind of jumps a little bit, like, and then he realizes who it is, and he's like, catches his breath. What did you ask?
Sorry. What you figure out, and where's the barbarian?
I was hoping you could tell me, and the most I got was 10 years ago. Something happened. but the library doesn't have any record of it. And it's probably due to whoever, whatever did it, did not want it to be annotated whatsoever. So
Seems to be the vibe, a lot of what's going on here. A lot of smoke and mirrors and pulling the wool over people's eyes. Well, I don't know where the barbarian went. I've been out here for a couple of hours, just kind of listening to the crowd. I thought
and
she
you
would.
didn't notice a tall, scary individual just leave a library.
You know what? I will be totally truthful with you, Spot, here. I got a little distracted by a couple of instruments. Some vendor was kind of selling, so yeah, sorry. Maybe she stuck out when I was had my back turned. I apologize.
That's understandable. Like, I wasn't paying attention either. I was busy in research. Knowing that Brandy's around, but not knowing where, it's like,
Actually,
maybe Brandy spotted. I mean,
I better.
that
Did you
one
say that out
probably.
loud?
Yeah.
Brandy says from right between the two of you. Nope, no clue where she was.
Oh, there you are. You didn't even notice.
I was just about to roll perception just to see, like. I was just about
Stretching
to.
that a tiny bit.
And there was that
Yeah,
jump,
I did not.
shock,
So
said it, and then facepalm, like, oh god, I need to put saying this out loud but mumbling to himself, like, I gotta put trackers on everybody. How do I do that?
I will not wear a bell. I refuse.
you realize
I'm not a
Rick
cat.
didn't like. You realize Rick didn't like jump at all. He's just like, yeah, this is starting to get a little too crazy too. Okay.
I will say it's very weird playing the non-hiding characters.
I love playing the non-hiding characters, or the hiding characters, and the non.
Okay.
So we have a missing barbarian. Well, a missing Viv. She does not have a sending stone.
Yes.
Find her.
Actually, that's probably the best plan. You seem to be doing very well in this town by yourself. Yeah.
You no doubt could track her down there, Brandy. I don't doubt it.
Yeah. You would have
the only
best
deal
bet.
is do you have the current scent of a bloodhound? Because we have no real direction of where she went. Unless you want to start asking people if you've looked for, if you've seen somebody of her description.
With 19 for my nature check, can I find her tracks in the sand on the ground? Or is that survival?
That'd probably be a survival check.
Over and then it's
You cannot seem to determine which direction she went.
Is that after her inspo burn?
oh, sir.
With the 17, she walked towards the Forge Ward and the docks.
Okay, I'm gonna head that direction.
I tap you on the arm. I said, her footprint's right there. It went that way. Let's go.
Good, okay.
Just
Spot does
don't
his best to
disappear on
follow
us.
Brent.
You're the one who's tracking her, so don't disappear on us, please.
Well, no, because you guys would never find me if I did that.
I mean, yes. That's the point.
I was always queen of hide and seek at the house.
Rick kind of leans over to Griff's, whispers, he's like, are we sure we don't have some kind of magical tether we can figure out with this Kender? Something that she doesn't know about?
I do not have spells, nor am I powerful enough to do that. I wish. But I don't know.
Fair enough.
I will track the Viv.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So the three of you head off towards the Forge War.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I still have my awakened mind with me, so I'm using that to kind of also help get a better perspective.
I smell fairy. I smell burnt fairy.
So normal fairy?
Yeah, I smell like burnt fairy.
It's somewhat alarming that you know what that smells like.
That just sounds like a normal fairy to me.
Oh, he's awake. Maybe.
He's
Daniel.
Yes.
there.
We were trying to talk to you quite a while ago and didn't get a reply.
Oh. Sorry.
But that's
My bad,
okay.
sorry.
We can do a little backtrack to kind of go, all right, so they're on the move, you're on the move, you're just chilling. And what is Verdan doing in the Forge Board?
He's going back to see Flint and Willow.
Alrighty.
And he's like when he walks up to the shop, he's like, "Hello again."
Hello. Welcome to the Ember and Oak. I'm Flint. This is my wife, Willow. How can we do you a service?
I know. What when he introduced himself, is it immediately come off as like the "I don't know who you are" type of introduction?
They are meeting a guest for the first time.
Just kind of looks confusion, thinks back to Thrag. I was like, huh. But actually, we've met already. Yesterday. Don't you remember?
I know I'm short, but I'm pretty sure I'd remember someone of your stature walking in my establishment.
He's gonna take out the bow. He's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was here yesterday. He told me this a lovely bow here. Told me its story and everything.
He looks at you, looks at Willow, looks at the spot it was. Huh. Hey, honey, can you go check the books? And she just kind of like, yep, and slinks away. Pulls out a big old book, starts flipping through.
Oh, okay.
They
do I
are
see a
trying to
jewel core
see
anywhere?
if there's, huh?
Do I see the Chul Claw anywhere? Or if not, I'm just going to be like, yeah, I paid some gold for it, but I also gave you a nice big Chul Claw.
Yeah, but we've had that jewel claw. As they like gesture to their back room, you can see it laying on a table.
No, you didn't. I killed that Chul.
Flips through the book and comes to be like, "Yep, looks like yesterday you sold the bow." Oh, okay. I was worried we were dealing with a thief.
No, sorry, I'm not. I work for my keep. Work for my keep and pay it through.
What can we do for you today?
I was just hoping to observe your work here. I'm only an apprentice myself, so any experience the better.
So you're Smith, just wanting to watch us work?
Yes, sir.
Clearly, all the like heartfelt conversation that happened the day before isn't computing.
Gone.
I mean, fine by me. Willow's is fine with you, and she mentions that she's got to run up to the sanctuary for a little while, but it's fine by her.
Yellowbear's just gonna like take a seat somewhere out front.
Well, if you ain't here to buy, come on back. We'll show you some stuff. And opens a counter door, lets you walk in, lead to the back room where he's got all of his equipment set up.
Thank you kindly.
At one point, Willow leaves, says she's got to go off to the sanctuary, whatever that means. But yeah, you're there for a good few hours.
No, nice.
You learn quite a bit. I mean, dwarven smithing, a little bit different from what you know, but he seems to be well educated in the different types of smithing styles. So he shows you a bit of this and shows you a bit of that. Ways to keep your forge warm in cold environments, and ways to shows you a couple of neat tricks on in windy environments, how to keep your fires from going out of control. Things that you probably didn't know too much because you've only ever been in like workshops and stuff.
Yeah.
But once he learns that you're an adventurer, he's like, well, you might find these tips and tricks good for out there. How long do you intend to stay here?
No idea. We don't hail from here. It's a long and complicated story. Myself and the party I venture with semi-reluctantly. We hail from somewhere, I think, far from here. If even on this same continent. I'm just trying to find my way back home.
Okay. How long do you want to keep Verdan in the shop?
Oh, I thought you meant like.
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like how long do you intend to stay in the city, like general?
No, because depending on how long you stay in the shop, you may or may not notice your compatriots wandering down the street.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If I see them wandering down the street, then I'll kind of go. You know what? This has been great. Thank you very much. I gotta hitch a ride.
2.5 hours kind of go by. You worked on some stuff, but eventually you notice that your owl bear has spotted something. And when you kind of poke your head out to see what's going on, the owlbear has locked eyes on Brandy, Rick, and Spot wandering down the road.
Randy makes the
he's
lovely
he's
comment
going
at the point of burnt fairy.
He's gonna kind of wrap things up with Flint then. Say leave a good word for Willow, and then join them.
All right, you wander outside, and yeah, they're wandering down the street.
Yep. Cool.
Speak of the imp, and he shall appear. After Brandy made that comment of
If it speaks like a lizard, it scuttles as one.
Isn't that like calling the kettle black? Anyways, have you seen Viv?
No. Why? It's kind of hard to lose track of that butcher.
I
Well, we
was
did.
in deep study
No, I
research
say
mode.
that we did lose her once.
These two were obviously looking elsewhere when she exited the library. So now we're on the hunt.
I mean, she does hail from a world of shadows. Like, it's probably not hard for her to actually hide if she really intends to. So,
And you
she's been
two are
abducted
our
again.
main sneakers and good at spotting this stuff. And y'all got distracted.
I can sneak. Does not mean that I can see good. I can see things very well. I know how to hide. Doesn't mean I know how to spot.
To you, like
Kitty,
you have
kitty,
three
man.
sets of eyes.
Kitty man. She was actually in the book place with you.
Hold on. Do you actually say that to Rick, where he's like, "You have three sets of eyes"?
It says it only so that Rick could actually hear it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
In response to Brandy, I said I was in deep research mode. I didn't realize she left.
I mean, I thought cats had a cute sense of hearing.
These damn kids always with their noses in books.
I do have very good hearing and rather decent perception, but I was focused.
And, you know, I was gathering information. So
It's okay. Her footprint said that way. Let's go.
At least we have a tracker on our team. That's the good news. And we have the tracker in our sights.
All right. Well, you continue to follow the tracks, but they're not really like tracks. They're more like something went this way, but you're not sure what. So you're just kind of following this like sense.
I'm following the very angry boot prints this way. How do I know they're angry? They're a lot deeper than everybody else's footprints that have walked by the area.
You'd be surprised. Well, you wander your way into the docks area. Smells like fish and seawater. Well, river water, but smells like water. And it smells like fish.
Fishy, fishy here, fishy, fishy here, fishy, fishy.
So it smells good, is what I'm hearing.
I was gonna say you might hear a low rumble of the stomach from Rick.
Are you guys telling me I need to make fish for dinner tonight?
You do have a cat in the party. That's all I'll say.
I mean, omega-3s is good for the brain.
Okay, fish for dinner then. But the deep angry footprints go that way.
The deep angry footprints.
Well, you kind of
I
just
know you
followed.
said omega-3s, but I heard omega-frees.
You followed what you think were
No.
tracks into the docks, but then no matter what you're trying to do, you can't really determine which of the many footprints and tracks and things could be hers.
Too many people. I hate people. Big old clumpy human footprint over there. I don't even know what that one is. Look
The
at cat.
docks are very bustling
Can I
because there's
roll to
carts
assist?
and people taking all of the goods and things out from the docks to the different districts. So like all of the metalworking stuff goes to the forge board, places go to the fish and things go to river markets. You got the bigger markets further top. So this area is kind of where all the tracks just kind of get lumped together. But this is where you guys get to attempting to try to find the barbarian for now. Hey, Kath.
Yes, sir.
In your like relaxing, working out, chilling out, whatever that is that you are doing.
People watching, having a couple drinks, talking to
Yup.
people, bartender. Yeah.
You kind of get this alert feeling from your Kiori.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad has happened.
Something bad?
Someone's asking for help. Hold on. Let me focus on this. And you know, that back sense of like an active Kiori is now like in meditation mode, trying to figure out what it is that it is detecting. And a lingering voice starts to kind of resonate inside your head. Ironically, one that you've heard before. Seeking assistance as his warlock has shut him out.
Do I have a sense of direction?
No, the direction just kind of seems omnipresent. Kind of like it's screaming out into the void, and you're pretty much the only type of person who could pick up on that, even just like the faint radio static kind of thing.
Okay.
Like someone broadcasting white noise, the most of the populace kind of goes whatever, but you're like, hold on, did I just hear a word and all that? So then you focus on it and figure out that, oh yeah, there's a hidden station in here. And yep, the voice seems to be Ozzy and seeking help because his warlock done a dumb.
Oh. Kind of want to try something. And you're going to have to tell me if you're going to allow it or not. But since I'm sitting in a bar with a bunch of people, or in a city with a lot of people, and because Kairoth is a pretty distinct looking individual, if I start poking people's brains and like imprinting an image, looking for a reaction of recognition. Oh, maybe who might have seen him recently.
Okay. And especially because every time he's disguised himself, he's taken the same form. So he's not full Githyanki looking, but Githyanki like. So yeah, just kind of subtly you start, as people are coming in and out, people walking on the streets, you start lightly tapping, dropping an image, and then leaving, and then like scanning the general area as that image is now being shared visually to other people, and just slowly start spreading to kind of, it's going to take a while, but better part of the day as you're just kind of sitting here chilling, but eventually you do get pinged that near the water and the docks at another tavern like place is your Githyanki.
Well, I'll ask Thrag about, other taverns perhaps at the docks in town and what they may be called and directions perhaps.
You kind of describe the sign that you kind of caught in one of the flashes, and Thrag's like, oh, he must be down at the Salt and Scale, the fish market, and points you really good directions. Follow the river down south the docks, keep to the left, kind of deal.
All right.
Kind of like on that corner. He describes the corner of like where the river meets the docks is right there.
Gotcha. Thank you for the information. I'll, finish whatever beverage I happen to have, put coins on the bar, and I am gone.
And it's easy to tell because all you got to pretty much do is follow the river all the way down to the docks. And since you've already sprinted a good chunk of the city at one point,
right? I kind of know where things are a little bit.
Even to the point where you come flying up and pass your other friends that are chilling out in the dock. So you run up on Brandy and Verdan and Rick and Spike.
Oh.
And the monk is booking.
Oh, I'd have to stop and tell them what's up. Hey, we got a ward missing a warlock.
What did he do?
No clue.
What? How did you know that? How do you know this?
I picked up on something psychically. It seemed to be from his patron. Anyway, I've tracked it down to a tavern here at the end of the docks. So it sounds like we might need to figure out what he's done to get separated from his patron.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, do you know where he is right now?
I have an idea of, yes.
Okay, well, we're also on the search for Viv. She kind of disappeared on us also.
Do you know if she's in danger?
It
sounds like her
like Rick kind of looks at you and looks at Kevin with that dead face, really, dude? You're really asking that question?
I think more likely that the town is in danger of Viv.
There you go.
So this is probably the more pressing.
if you need help with Keth, give us a ring.
I mean, if he's down
Yes,
here
Kath,
and
if
we've
you need
tracked
help
a
with yourself, give them a ring.
Hi,
Bring, bring.
I'm sorry,
Well-
I'm bad with names.
I mean,
you-
we've tracked supposedly Viv down here to the docks, and Ket says that Kairoth is also down here. Who's to say that we don't run into both of them in some form? Or who's to say Cal hasn't also picked up on this or sorry, Viv also hasn't picked up on this somehow. With her weird attachment to her mother. And maybe she's down here also and we just run into her.
Yeah, can we look after the people that we know are in danger?
I mean,
Okay, that I know are in danger.
well, yeah, I do consider Kairoth in danger also. You said he's in one of the taverns. Can I roll Badger? Can I roll my Streetwise to kind of get a sense of where the closest tavern would be? That'd be a lovely 27.
There is a small rundown tavern called the Broken Compass right at the edge of the docks where all of the passenger cargo ships come in, versus where all the goods ships go in. So it's one of the first places people can come off the boat and get a bite to eat or a drink. Or, where captains go waiting for the next day so they can set sail or wait for their shit to get unloaded or whatever the case may be.
It looks like if we follow these docks, probably could find a tavern just near. It looks like there's actually just down there some busyness going on.
You even find
Doesn't
a
look
couple
all
of
that great, but-
posters that indicate live music, free game, all this kind of fun stuff down at the Broken Compass.
Yeah, I think I realized suddenly in my pocket there is a stone that links me to Delanora, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's so I let Delanora know who's near the inn that Froggy's in trouble. We can't find Viv, and we don't know where we don't
Andrana
know
is.
where Andrana is.
Well, Andrana.
I said when I
Andrana went to
left.
the.
I
Yeah,
explained
Andrana
where I
went
was
to the.
going.
If you could keep eyes out for 2 of the 3, we're gonna go find out what's going on with Froggy. That's what I tell. That's what I tell our buddy hiding at the inn because he's at work.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't gotten any sending stone messages from Kairoth, have I?
Kairoth is with
No.
is sending stone with Rick.
No. I have the other stone. I'm with Kairoth from my.
Oh, Kairoth. Sorry, I was thinking.
I know
My
Kairoth
bad.
and Cass. I get it. Hello.
You have two
Wizard
cats in the
gets
group.
it. The bard
Almost
comes
had
in.
a complete party with unique names, and then we got a couple that you're like almost close.
Yeah, I think and that was just me asking. Andrana doesn't know there's something up with Froggy at all. This was just me seeing, did Froggy shoot a message? No? Okay. Continue with Town Square.
So, are we just gonna let the trail of Viv go cold?
I can keep looking for Viv if you guys want to go find the Froggy Man.
Works for me.
Yeah, I think it'll
that's
be
fine.
quicker if you continue on searching. Because you can move a lot faster just by
We'll
yourself.
figure out
Survival.
what's
It's
going
survival
on.
check of 20. Do I pick up any idea which direction she might have gone?
Direction, not so much, but you kind of put it together that she's not in the docks. So the nearest thing to you is one of the river bridges that lead off to the Noble Heights and whatnot.
Oh, with a
So you
stealth of
kinda get that.
22, I disappear into the closest shadow and head that direction.
Alright, let's see what type of trouble the frog got into.
Nope. Rick doesn't even see that. Yep. Alright. Fair enough. Let's go.
All right, so you guys head off down towards the edge of the docks where Rick Streetwise mixed with what Keth got from his explanation of Thrag and as to where the general description is. You guys come across a very large building, but a very small establishment. There's a lot of people in there. The bar seems like it's small. Probably suggested that it's got a very large stockroom. Then yeah, you guys go head up inside and to look for the Gith Yankee Man. All right. And you're over there. Meanwhile, Viv, you find yourself outside of the House Valor auction hall.
Interesting. Pop inside of it.
From walking inside, it's very well built. The auction hall is built off the large like house, like townhouse mansion kind of thing. Very easy to tell that House Valor is probably one of the noble houses or one of the wealthy houses in the area. You pick up that they do monthly auctions based on some of the signage and the posters that are posted up there. Monthly auctions of rare goods, and you can kind of see some of the ratings of like last month's auction brought out things like rare books, historical artifacts, magic items, maps. You see that this is an excellent place to either buy or sell high level stuff, high end stuff. And eventually, a gentleman walks out and introduces himself as Jasper Valor.
She'll
He is a
nod.
half elf.
She'll nod politely at him. Introduce herself with just her first name. And just simply wander the building.
Yeah, you could look around if you have any questions. I will be right over here. And he wanders back and sits at a desk with books and papers and things.
Up next on
The auction
block,
house
we
is
have-
kind of the auction house is kind of like a makeshift museum. When it's not selling things, there's a whole bunch of things behind ropes and barriers and a couple of like magic barriers of notachi. And you find a whole sorts of crazy shit in there.
The entire time she's walking around, she's making a mental list of where not to bring Brandy. Or where to bring Brandy, depending on how much this place ends up getting on her nerves. The museum part of it, is there like small descriptions of the items underneath them?
There is, if they know what it is. There are some items that are blank, might be a donated by or a placard of when it's going to be in the next auction. Other items or paintings or things that they know all the information of, then there's a little like metallic placard of its information.
Okay. And you had said earlier that her spidey sense was going off, but she couldn't quite figure out where.
Yeah, you got some sort of that Shadowfell sense triggering. You know, it's somewhere in the area, but the roll wasn't strong enough to know its exact location. You just know it feels close.
Not me having a look at my own special thing again, just to figure out what the fuck it is. So while she's looking at each of these items, she is going to be like prodding a little bit to see if they resonate and if that's what's kicking her spidey sense off, or if it's not what's kicking her spidey sense off. She's just gonna like, why?
Nothing in this auction house seems to be triggering your sense.
Okay. Nothing in here is triggering it. Then this is a safe place to hide from it. Because then, if the thing that triggers it comes in, she'll know. So she's gonna find a nice, like, secluded room and keep her hood up and browse.
And like a ninja, even Jasper forgets you're back there after a while. Brandy makes it to the other side of the very nice looking, structurally sound bridge, makes it into the river markets where you've been before, and now you're trying to decide which direction to go from there. Given the time, this is a good place to stop. We got the four of you heading off to try to find Kyroth. Brandy's in search of Viv, and Andrana's middle of downtown at the town square, going to investigate the very large tower.
Yeah.
And
Andrana
because
is still in search of Andrana.
Basically.
and because early morning, you guys left, did some things. It's now like early afternoon.
Okay.
But we will stop for here tonight. And we'll let the viewers know that we will see you in 2 weeks, because we're not going to be playing during the 4th. But we will try to pick it up. As of right now, we're going to pick it up the week after, but that might change depending on people's availability. So with that, we are going to say goodbye to Kicking YouTube, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. And try to figure out all these lovely little investigations and how they turn out. So until then, okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.